You found out you're a manifesting generator in your human design and now you're dying to know what it all means. Don't worry, I got you. My name is Micah Gabriela and I'm a human design reader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the Transformational Human Design Teachers Training. And I have supported hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of manifesting generators to live their most curious, open-breaking, path-disrupting life. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can use your energetic authenticity to attract the right people, the right chances, and opportunities into your life. And I'm going to break it down with 5 simple basics that are the most important that you need to know to start living out your design as a manifesting generator in your human design. Let's get into it. So there are 5 basic pillars to understanding the most important aspect of your human design, which is going to be your energy type. And if you're watching this, you're a manifesting generator or you're curious about getting to know a manifesting generator. And so the 5 most important pillars are, first, the energy type, understanding what that means. Then we're gonna break it down with your auric field. How does your aura and your frequency work with the world to remove resistance and create flow? Then we're gonna move into the strategy. And I know all of these words sound a bit weird, but you're gonna understand them by the end of the video. I'm gonna make sure of that. So your strategy is actually going to be the #1 actionable step I'm going to give you so that you can start implementing your design to see the most amount of result in the quickest time. So really take advantage of understanding your strategy on a very deep level. Then we're gonna move into the not self theme, which is actually just a reminder to you so that every time you get off track, you know, hey, there's something that I need to change, there's something that I need to align to come back to the path of my purpose. And then we're gonna end with understanding your signature, which is going to be the most important part for you to actually create space in your life that will bring the collateral things that your soul truly desires. I'm gonna break it down so that you go away and leave this video with knowledge that is easy to understand, easy to digest, and that you can start implementing right away. I'm excited. As a manifesting generator, you are the fastest energy type, the most independent energy type, and the energy type that is the most curious. So you are actually a hybrid between the generator energy type and the manifestor energy type. And you can go and watch any of those videos if you want to understand deeper and on a more subconscious level what these energy types represent when they are on their own. So you can always feed your knowledge if you want to focus on them individually. But when they come together and they make you this fantastic, sparkly, juicy, super quick manifesting generator, what's going to happen is that we can really look at one energy type, then we can look at the other energy type and see what happens when they get together. When a manifesting generator is lit up and aligned, you're really here to break and open the paths, to question the old narrative. You are somebody who's incredibly curious and wants to learn about one thing, then read a book about something else, do a workshop about another subject, and you're actually meant to be juggling 10 projects at the time. So when people in your life are like, how are you doing it? That actually feels correct for you. Don't allow outside society or limiting beliefs hinder you from actually standing in all of your glory with all of your energy and all of your capacity, because you're really just meant to show us that there is no linear path in life, that you're actually here to jump from one letter to the other, and it doesn't have to be like A, B, C, D, E, but that you can take a little bit of this information and a little bit of that information and make and create something completely new. And that is your gift. Your gift is actually being able to see possibilities where others just look at something that is very narrow-minded. And so your characteristic is really being intensely interested in getting super excited about what other people might deem as random things that suddenly light you up, but it's part of your purpose to really fall down the rabbit hole and explore the things that excite you, because you will know that you are on the path of your purpose when you can't really explain why you love what you love. If somebody asks you like, hey, how are you into this human design thing? And you're like, I don't know, I just feel this pull, you know that that's the right action for you to take. But if you're telling somebody, oh yeah, I want to study this thing because in 3 months I want to make X amount of money, it's going to come from your mind and it's not actually aligned within your inner purpose and your inner guiding system. So with that, I'm gonna move into explaining how your auric field works. So human design is what we call the signs of our aura, and we all have an energetic body that is around 2 arms lengths, 3 meters big. Everything in our life is matter, meaning everything in our life is energy. And once we understand our energetic body, we can really use this information to move from resistance to flow. And so your auric field is actually this very feminine energy, okay? This is what is representative of the generator side within you. And it is this hurricane-like auric field that is open and feels enveloping to others. It's a very warm energy. And it means that you're constantly pulling the right people and chances and opportunities into your field when you are aligned and you're doing the things that you love. The way that your aura works is that you can really imagine that the sacral center that you have at the height of your belly button is very basic. It's going to be resonant with your gut feeling. This is what you're supposed to connect to on a very visceral level to know which is the path to your purpose. And this sacral center is super basic. It's gonna be a hell yes, or it's gonna be like a ugh, no, really don't want that, right? And a lot of times you're gonna hear sounds coming out of your body indicating you which of these two is your response. And if you're not certain about what you want to do in your life, or you don't feel like you have a strong response, it might be because the questions that you're asking yourself are too broad. So it can really help you to get super specific and ask you yes and no question, or this and that questions, so that your sacral has something to respond to. And one of the things that are going to characterize you is that you are incredibly energetic. You're like this fireball of energy. Like everybody notices when you come into the room. And so this energy that you have is connected to the sacral center. And the sacral center at the height of your belly button is representative of joy, creativity, and pleasure. And so you actually only have consistent energy when you are connected to your joy and your pleasure. Because on a subconscious level, you know that you're here to generate energy, you're pure life force, and you're here to be contagious with that uplifting life force and energy that you have. Oftentimes you might believe that you have to make yourself small to support people individually. Like, I'm not gonna do what I want because in my partnership, my work, my family demands these things. But actually, I want you to look at yourself like you are this pillar of energy, and that when you are strong and you are actually following the things that you desire and not making any compromises on those big yeses and on those big no's, you're actually able to generate this energy that will move outward and support the people in your life, instead of making yourself small, sacrificing your desires, and actually depleting your energy levels. As a manifesting generator, only one thing that you don't like doing during the day can completely remove your energy from your body. And so what I think is always very interesting, the way that I see it, and I strongly believe this, is that your energy levels are a guidance towards how aligned you are and if you are on the path of your purpose. So oftentimes I meet people who feel they are lazy, who, don't like their job, or maybe they're having issues in their job because they're not performing. All of these things might be because you're just not in the right job. So I've had people who were having incredible self-doubt about what they were able to do because they were in a position where they weren't lighted up. But in the moment that they started doing the things that they love, they started to excel and become extremely successful. And so I really believe that anytime you're drained of energy, it is the universe's way of letting you know, of literally the universe is stealing your energy so that you stop walking onto the path that is not your purpose. So for you, it's really important to understand that anytime that you put energy into something and you get energy back, that is the sign that you are actually doing the things that are meant for you in this lifetime. We're going to move on to the next, which is your strategy. And the strategy is the one actionable step that will help you live out your design. And as a manifesting generator in your human design, understanding that your strategy is to respond will actually be able to have the biggest impact to see the most result once you start taking action. Because action, ladies and gentlemen, is the universal law of success. And so what does it mean to respond? To respond is really to listening to that sacral center. It's really about allowing yourself to be guided by the yes and no questions. Because what happens is that you're consistently collaborating with the universe, and the universe is offering you on a silver platter different options for you to say yes and no to. The universe is putting these things that are meant for you into your orbit, into this energetic field that you are attracting, and through that selective process, it's going to help you move you onto the path of your purpose. What will happen though is that when you make too many compromises and you're saying yes to too many things that your body actually don't want, this sacral center gets depleted. It is fully packed with compromises and shoulds and to-dos that it actually doesn't want to do because they're not aligned. But because we don't understand energetics, we often don't understand how we can actually move from resistance to flow. And so the not self theme is going to be the sensation of frustration that comes into your life to warn you, hey, listen, you're walking down the path that is not aligned. You're not actually doing the things that you should be doing, that are aligned, that are excited, okay? You think you're doing the things that you have to, but those are not the ones that are meant for your purpose on this lifetime. And so what will happen is that because you're frustrated, oftentimes that is because you're making too many compromises, because you're working, doing, but none of the things that you're doing actually light you up, and that will bring you directly into burnout. And that burnout will bring you into this feeling of frustration, because you will notice that the people and the opportunities that are coming into your life are not exciting, or they're like not sources of inspiration or anything that is moving you forward. And so what often happens when we get into this moment of energetic unalignment is that we start forcing things, because your subconscious knows that all of these amazing things that are meant for you in this lifetime are waiting here for you in this holding pattern. But because we're not understanding our energetics, you're having trouble accessing those. And so in this very heteronormative society in which you grow up, it is all about pushing, it is all about doing, it's all about, like, just do it. And so you might start initiating, you might start forcing things, you might start reaching out to people. But because you're not collaborating with the universe, because your sacral center is not active, because your aura is not energized, it doesn't have the capacity to pull in the right people, opportunities, and chances. And so when you start initiating from this place of lack, from this place of burnout, from this place of frustration, you will not meet the opportunities and peoples and chances that are meant for you in this lifetime. What happens though is that once you start delegating and using conscious communication to remove all of these compromises from your sacral center, you will immediately have space within that treasure box that is your sacral center, and a new impulse will come towards you. And that is how you can quickly learn how to cleanse out your sacral center to energize it again. And what happens now is that you still have this other component, which is the magnificent manifester. And the manifester is the energy type that is a very masculine authority energy that comes from a defined throat center, which is all about manifestation and self-expression. So actually, once you are lit up, once you have collaborated with the universe, once you have a sacral hell yes, that's when you can use the power of your voice. That's when you can start initiating. That's when you can start telling people about your project and cold calling and doing ads and doing whatever it is that you feel you need to do to start moving forward in your life. But if you're doing it only from your mind, if you're doing it only from what is rational, from what makes sense, and you completely forget your sacral center, again, those people will not be the people that are meant for you in your lifetime, and that will cause complete frustration. So this not self theme of frustration will likely come up twice in your life, or will come up for two reasons. One reason is gonna be you're too much in the feminine energy, you're too much as a generator, you're too much hustling, you're too much doing, and doing things you don't really wanna do, and you're just working away like long hours, long, intense work, but you're actually never using your voice to say what you want, to start the things, to initiate. Or you're so in this masculine energy that you're just forcing things and trying to achieve things and going after things that you have completely forgotten to allow your body to get excited about the opportunities and chances that are presenting themselves. And last but certainly not least, we're gonna get to the signature. And the signature is going to be the pillar of what you should focus on to live an aligned and excited life. And for you as the manifesting generator in your human design, your signature is going to be satisfaction. And I always explain satisfaction like this deep, warm, belly feeling of you've had like a comfort food, like a nice nourishing meal that is giving you like this little smiles on your face, you're deeply satisfied. And contrary to what we've grown up to believe, that we have to, you know, like work at this job that we hate and, you know, like save all our money and never spend our money on like a latte, and then when we're 65 maybe we're so lucky that we can start living the life that we dream of. What we learned through human design is that actually you're here to show up authentically. You're here to show your whole complete self in every moment and in every aspect. And so the more you focus on being satisfied in your life, deeply satisfied in your life, the more success, money, recognitions, and all of these other things that you believe you want in this life will come as a collateral to you focusing on satisfaction. If you're focusing only on the money and only on the success and only on the things that you think you want, and you make satisfaction just like this thing in your, you know, backbone, like, oh, it will happen, I'll be satisfied sometime, then all of those things won't even happen. So it is really like when we start focusing on the things that satisfy us, the other things like success and recognition and the right people and the right chances will be brought in by the universe, because the universe is like, I see you doing your thing and I'm gonna continue to support you with the things that you need so that you can keep shining your light, shining in your authenticity, and really making your space in this world by being able to share your gifts and your purpose with the people around you. And so when we focus on satisfaction, even though you might be thinking like, oh, how am I gonna make money if I, you know, love flowers? So, you know, you might have a limiting belief that you will never be able to have a success that works with flowers and makes you money. But maybe if you start, you know, like whatever, filming yourself on social media, arranging flowers, that will become a whole thing that you can make a living of. So never underestimate the power of your weird little quirks that are inside you, that you might be ashamed of, that you think that make you weird, that you believe have no purpose, because those things specifically will probably be the things that will allow you, make you stand out in the world and create this beautiful space for you to express your consciousness in complete and utter pureness. If you've enjoyed the content of this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to share more on how you can upgrade your life and become your highest self. If you have any questions at all about human design, being a manifesting generator, or anything else, please leave your questions in the comments. I can't wait to get to them.